Hello, this is Adam with Success in Fundraising, and this is your first video from the Quick Reference for Fundraising Success Guide. So we're going to talk about Group Leader Portal, and we call that my fundraising place. It's just the trade name, and that's the place where you're going to do all of your kind of work. So there's a little bit of setup that you go through, as well as that's where you enter the orders at the end. All that's really important, because that way we can show up with pre-sorted product ready to be distributed. So there's a few things to think about as you go through it. The look and feel has changed a little bit. It got updated, and so it may feel a little different. It may feel a little scary, but the terminology is the same if you've ever run a fundraiser with us and used the Group Leader Portal. If not, just kind of follow it. It should be intuitive, and to kind of step through it. But as you step through it, definitely don't be afraid to give us a call. Our phone numbers are on the bottom of that sheet and several other places, but Nicole or I can answer questions really quick for you. If you don't reach us right away and you want to just schedule something, at the bottom of this sheet, there's also a QR code, but it goes to a place where we can just schedule a few minutes for a phone call in the future. And so that way you can schedule it at your convenience and we can discuss what's going on. But with Group Leader Portal, the first main thing is to figure out, because we use the online store, how would you get your sellers in there ahead of time, perhaps, or how are the sellers going to get into the system to be able to utilize the online store? And so there's a couple ways. One way is to upload your list, and that's probably where you have the most control. You upload a list of names, you can put the emails in, because that's going to really help. And here's a little tidbit: we just added something where we can email the sellers little reminders. So if you put their, hopefully, school emails or whatever kind of emails they are, we put those reminders in and they can get those reminders, and they also get told when they make sales. So then they have an idea of how many online sales they've been making. So we suggest using the email, and we know that sometimes you're limited with, permissions. And so if you want them to make all the decisions about whether or not they're in there and with their information, then you just shift to your strategy to let them self-register. And there's a single link in there, and you send the link to your sellers, and that link they follow, and then they each self-register and make their own decisions about their own data. And so it accommodates both ways of doing it. We kind of, there is more control with uploading lists, and you can, in larger groups, it's, I think, easier. But we kind of lean toward using seller registration, and we do this because, for a few different reasons, but we do it because now on the new order form, we're going to have a QR code for that. So then they can just easily do it on the order form. All the things they need will be on the order form as well. And so, so all of that will be there. But if you have any questions, give us a call. Otherwise, there's a few little new things and tips. Let's see. We talked about how to get the sellers in. For large groups, we want to think hard about how we subdivide the list to make delivery easier. So what we do is we put there's a teacher coach column. And if it's not making sense, definitely give us a call. We want to utilize teacher coach so that way, in a way that we can sort it and it lines up perfectly when we arrive at delivery. And so definitely give us a call if you're a large group and you want to utilize that teacher coach column effectively. The other one is make the decision if you absolutely do not or cannot use the online store. Let's make it ahead of time, and you can just flip a switch and it makes it 100% unavailable, so we don't stumble into not wanting to do it and accidentally having a few people get signed up. So there's that risk, but if you make the decision ahead of time, there's a button you can click, slide, or a little slider button, and we can turn it off basically. And so then you let the group know so that you're not using the online store. The last one is there's some sales tax thoughts that should go into the process as well. If you are still unfamiliar with how sales tax is going to work, definitely give us a call. We want you to know that ahead of time. This should be before you hand out forms and before any of that stuff. We want you to know all those things way before. So those are just a few more things to talk about. If you have any other questions, definitely give us a call or follow that link and schedule a meeting. So otherwise, we'll see you on the next one.